There is a reason David's son, Absalom, ended up hanging dead in a tree. It wasn't just his rebellion. It was the people he surrounded himself with. Their influence quietly destroyed his judgment long before the battle ever started. And the frightening truth is, the same thing could be happening to you right now without you even realizing it. If you want to protect your destiny and avoid unnecessary destruction, here are 5 types of people you need to distance yourself from immediately. 1. The unpleasable. We all know this person. Nothing is ever good enough for them. The car is too small, the house isn't clean enough, the sermon was too long, the worship was too loud. They are never satisfied. But here is why they are spiritually dangerous. Their constant criticism trains your eyes to see problems instead of blessings. Look at King Saul and David. David killed Goliath and saved the nation. But Saul was jealous because the people sang, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands." 1 Samuel 18-7. One moment of not being praised enough turned Saul into an enemy. Constant exposure to unpleasable people destroys your sense of worth. You start performing for approval that will never come, forgetting that God has already accepted you in the beloved Ephesians 1-6. Don't stay where grace is replaced with pressure. 2. The fool who despises wisdom. This person doesn't just ignore good advice, they mock it. You share biblical wisdom, and they roll their eyes. Proverbs 17:16 asks, "Why should a fool have money in hand to buy wisdom when he has no mind for it?" God calls them fools, not because he is mean, but because he is accurate. When you stay close to someone who despises wisdom, you start dumbing down your standards to match theirs. You stop seeking God's direction because they've convinced you it's overthinking. Rehoboam lost 10 tribes of Israel because he rejected the advice of wise elders and listened to his foolish friends. Instead, 1 Kings 12, one bad association can cost you your destiny. 3. The user. This person only shows up when they need something. Rent money, a ride, a connection. But when you are struggling, they are nowhere to be found. They treat relationships like ATM machines. Proverbs 19:4 says, "Wealth attracts many friends, but even the closest friend of the poor person abandons them." Think about Judas. He walked with Jesus for 3 years, not for the relationship, but for what he could extract. He was a thief who helped himself to the money bag. John 12:6. God called you to pour into people, not to be drained by leeches. Every ounce of energy you waste on a user is energy stolen from your purpose and your family. Protect your peace. 4. The professing Christian who justifies sin. This is the friend who claims to love Jesus but lives like the world on weekends. They justify greed, dishonesty, or immorality, saying, "God knows my heart." But 1 Corinthians 5:11 is crystal clear. You must not associate with anyone who claims to be a brother or sister but is sexually immoral or greedy. Paul didn't say to avoid unbelievers. He said to avoid believers who refuse to repent. Why? Because their lifestyle confuses your convictions. Even Barnabas was led astray by Peter's hypocrisy, Galatians 2. If a friend is pulling you toward compromise, they aren't helping your walk. They are sabotaging it. 5. The false teacher. These people sound spiritual and quote the Bible, but their doctrine is poison. Jesus warned us to watch out for false prophets in sheep's clothing, Matthew 7:15. They tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. 2 Timothy 4:3 predicts a time when people will gather teachers to suit their own desires. If you are sitting under teaching that prioritizes your comfort over your holiness, you are building your house on sand. Conclusion: guard your heart. Cutting people off isn't easy, especially if they are family or longtime friends. But God isn't asking you to be mean. He is asking you to be wise. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Jesus loved everyone, but he didn't do life with everyone. He had an inner circle of 3. Proximity is a privilege, not a right. So, look at your circle today. Ask God to reveal who needs to go. Every person you remove makes room for the right people, the ones who will sharpen you and push you closer to Jesus. Take action today. Your future depends on it. Be part of the Grace Light family. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to keep growing in faith with us.